Hello, I'm Tim Riley, and I'm so glad that you're tuning in and watching Angel Tarot Readings by Tim this week. As you can see, I've got quite a bit more cards on my table, and that's because I want to start a new format where I want to work with tarot, angel, runes, and oracle cards each week, and I think that this is going to give you a more enriched reading and also make it somewhat more unique for you. So, with that being the case, you're probably not going to see my face because that way we're going to be more focused on the cards. And it's going to give you a reading based on your intuition and which cards that you choose. You'll also see that this week I'm going to be working and pulling from the Butterfly Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue. So let's go ahead and get started with the crystal cards. I'm going to show you some cards, and I want you to select just one card that you resonate the most with. So just go with your first gut instinct, and we'll talk more about that later. So let's go ahead and I'll show you those. So what we've got here is we've got the Calcite card, and this is all about calmness, and it also relates to all chakras. It will also, Calcite looks like this. It's beautiful and it's wonderful to actually balance and recalibrate all of the chakras. The middle card here is Malachite, and this one relates to the heart chakra, and this is nature. Beautiful green. I love Malachite. Such a gorgeous card. And gorgeous crystal. So here you can actually see the beautiful colors. Oh, there you go. Yeah. And then Moonstone. Moonstone is our third card here. And this relates to the crown chakra. This is about moon cycles. So you can see its color. Now this card here has more of a white and opaque, but Moonstone can come in many different colors. I'll show you the two that I've got. This is totally a yellow. This is actually a Moonstone yellow, but you can also see the color of the Moonstone here. There you go. Moonstone's great for intuition also. So if you're wanting any clarity on a particular issue, Moonstone's the way to go. So focus on those three cards, whether it be Calcite, Malachite, or Moonstone. And what I've got behind this is a tarot card, and we're going to be focusing on which card that you choose. That's the message for you. And we're going to go into more detail on what the Calcite, the Malachite, the Calcite, the Malachite, and the Moonstone, what that represents for you, okay? So before we get into it, I just want to go over some quick housekeeping stuff because I've got a lot of information to share with you. So let's get started. This is going to be a long video, so you may want to pause it, come back to it. If you're new to my channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please do it now. See that red button on the lower right-hand corner of the screen? Go ahead and click that. That way, that's the best way to connect to this channel, and you will get notifications every time I upload a video, and it's a great way to know instantly when a new video comes up for a weekly reading. Also, I know and I love your comments. Please keep them coming. I want this to be a channel where all of you are sharing information with one another. If you want to directly comment to me, the best way is not on YouTube, but actually on Facebook. So if you haven't done so yet, number one, please do like this page, but also go to my Facebook page, Angel Tarot Readings by Tim. Like that page, and that way you can send me a direct message of a comment if you have a particular question. If you want to book a reading, that is the best way to get in touch with me, okay? So it's also with Facebook, I do also post bonus videos and messages that sometimes normally I don't put on YouTube, so you want to make sure that you're doing that. Also, if you'd like a personalized phone or MP reading with me, you can find all of my information on my website, TimothyRiley.biz to book your reading. I am currently now booking for the yearly 2018 reading, and this is a great way to see what you can expect for the upcoming year. You'll get a 15-minute or more in-depth 30-minute reading to see what you can expect. So get on my list by sending me an email at timothyriley444@gmail.com, or you can call me at 636-556-0444. So done with the housekeeping stuff, guys. Wanted to get that in there, and let's get on with the reading here. Now, before we get on with the cards, I want to let you know a little bit astrologically on what's going on, because, if you're watching this, and I'm going to post this a little bit early so that those of you that view this get a chance to tap into this full moon in Gemini, which is going to happen on the 3rd. But this reading here is for December 4th through the 10th. So we've got a full moon in Gemini, and if it's a full moon in Gemini in Sagittarius, so what that means is that, you might be feeling a little bit more distracted or be pulled in a lot of different directions this week. We all might be feeling that. So one of the things, and that may be a tug of war, because, Sagittarius energy is not easily distracted. It has very big projects and ideas, and they know how to implement it. But because of this Gemini energy, you might be feeling a little off kilter. But it's a good time to really kind of throw in all of your energy, roll up your sleeves, and put all of that into the projects that you're wanting to fulfill for this week and also this month. So this is also going to be a personal transformation time as well. So you might be wanting to act on this. Now, the thing is that, yeah, we've got this full moon in Gemini, but bam, right with it comes a Mercury retrograde. And that goes from December 3rd all the way through the 22nd. So whenever we get Mercury retrograde, I always tell you guys it's really about watching how you communicate, because Mercury is the house for communication. So you've got to pay close attention to everything that is dealing with communication. That's how you're speaking to people. That's how you're listening to people. That is mail. That is email. That is computer. That is phone. That is everything that deals with open lines of communication. So with that being the case, whenever it's retrograde, it's not really a good time to start anything new, especially when it comes to like a relationship or a new job or a long-term project. Now, with being said that, if you have to start it, start it. But if you can put it off until after the 22nd, you'd be in much better shape if you could. This is also whenever we have a retrograde here. It's also I always say, watch out for any type of contracts or commitments that you put yourself into. So you may want to actually read through contracts very carefully. And you can also expect that any type of communication that you're going to have is going to be very problematic. And why I say that is because whenever we get into Mercury retrograde, it's almost like it's slower thinking. So the process is a lot slower. So because of that, you're going to have a lot more patience with not only yourself, but with other people. And, things may become very frustrated as a result of that. So just try and see the humor in things. One of the things that I always do whenever we get into a Mercury retrograde is I always repeat. And why I do that, and what I mean by repeat is when somebody says, okay, so, for example, when I'm doing my phone bill and I'm trying to negotiate a contract, the person on the other end is going to say, okay, so we're going to do this at this rate and this and this and this and this. What you will always want to do with Mercury retrograde is repeat and say, so what I'm hearing you say is, and that way you get a very clear understanding. You can also expect appointments to be haywire too. You could schedule an appointment for December 10th at 4 o'clock, and they will show up at December 4th at 10 o'clock. So everything kind of gets mixed up. So you kind of want to watch out for that. with appointments, traffic, and all that kind of stuff. Um, the thing that we can do when we have Mercury retrograde, this is a great time to reassess and rethink. So it helps us to redefine plans and reorganize. So this way it allows us to take a look at, whether it be, cleaning up any type of paperwork or clearing up debts or doing whatever we said that we were going to do. It's handling those matters. So the more that you can just kind of reflect, because this is going to be, again, this week, next week, and the week after. So we've got 3 weeks of this. Do a lot of reflective work, a lot of, how am I communicating with people? How are people perceiving me? Because you can't really control how other people are going to be doing this, but you can focus on how you are being perceived possibly by other people. And with that being the case, that means, slowing your thinking down and think before you speak type of attitude. So, that's one of the things that we want to look at. Now, when we get into the end of this week, one of the things that we also are going to be faced with is that we get Mars moving in with Scorpio. And this is going to be more on really being focused on our goals. And we're going to feel this all the way through the end of January. So one of the things is that this is going to be about driven and focused energy and persevering and really, really taking a close look at all of the things that we have been turning away from. You've heard me talk about that last week, about how we may have felt like we've been turning a blind eye to things. I really feel that as we move into this energy from December 9th and all the way in through the end of January, it's about taking a look at the things that we have been avoiding and taking care of those. Now, with that also being said, don't be surprised if you feel like you're being drawn from one crisis to another. That is just law of attraction, and that is not a bad thing in that case. It just means that you need to face this and deal with it. Okay? So it really is about asserting yourself, and it's energetic, a lot of positive, and being courageous and moving forward. It's persevering and pushing through. It's kind of fighting to the end, because that's that Scorpio energy. Scorpios are all about getting to the bottom of things so that until they're completely transformed. Scorpio energy is a transformation energy. It's kind of a burning away. So if you think about it, the death card in tarot is Scorpio. So if you want to know what I mean by persevering and pushing through, the death card, it means dying away so new things can start again. So it's kind of working through those difficult challenges, and that way, the more that you do that without resistance, the easier things are going to be for you. Okay? So with that being said, I just wanted to kind of get the energy for the week here, and then we're going to get started here for this week's reading. Now, if you chose Calcite, again, I've got a tarot card, and then I also have a rune. And that's another thing I wanted to start using with these readings. Wow, my hand is like electric here when I'm picking this up. Wow, that's an awesome feeling. But okay, so sorry, I got sidetracked by picking that up. It was like, a 9-volt battery there. But this Calcite here is really all about calmness. And again, it's all of the chakras. And Calcite, when we look at that, it's, again, it's kind of a clearing of all of the chakras. And, when you're working with Calcite, this is about calming down. So, interesting, when I pick this up, I'm getting all of this energy here, but this is also about clearing that energy out. So Calcite here is about calmness. It's about calming down, going with the flow, is what I was saying as we go through this week. Trying not to fight against the flow of things and just relaxing and recharging. So, there are times where you're going to have to, persevere and move through things, but the more that you release any type of emotions or anger, the easier it is for you to move through things as well. So once those things are released, and whether it be stressful emotions, this is going to help you be able to calm yourself quite a bit. Okay. And calcite, now this is clear, but it does come in a lot of different colors. All right. But this helps to reduce stress, and it does help with releasing fears. Now, if you chose calcite, your card, and this is the Fairy Tarot by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. Okay, so this is the Sun. And it says, plans that work out perfectly. Amazing ideas that lead to rewards and commendments. Gratitude for the blessings of life. So the Sun energy here, this is a positive card. So you can expect, and as we concede here, I feel like this is Archangel Gabriel, and we're getting the horn being blown that, it's messages that are also coming through. The Sun is always a positive aspect because the Sun comes out whenever we have any type of turmoil. So the turmoil is over. So this is a good card for you. This is saying that anything that you're wanting to pursue for this week is going to turn out positively for you. One of the things, and especially with the calmness card, which is what I'm being drawn to here, they keep going back to that and saying, watch your breath. If you feel very pent up, you feel anxiety, I want you to really focus on your breath and to take notice of that. So it might be doing some breath work here too. One of the ways to kind of calm yourself is, if you're not used to meditation, the thing that you can do for this, and if you do have some calcite and working with this, is to breathe in for a count of 4, hold it for a count of 4, release for a count of 4, hold that for a count of 4, and repeat that process. And that helps to focus on the breath rather than focusing on problems. Because you're so focused on breathing in, counting, breathing out, counting, you forget that, I've got this stuff going on and that stuff going on. It helps you to diffuse your attention and your thoughts and focusing more on breath work. For those of you also with this card here, they're also saying watch your diet for this week and also this month. Diet, they're saying, is that this may be important for you, that this is about watching what type of food intake that you bring in, and that you're also being guided to what positive eating and drinking choices that you may be guided to be using, and also what maybe you want to eliminate as well. I'm also hearing for you also to be more receptive, that this is taking a break from giving so much and start working on operating from the feminine side is what they're saying. So this is moving away from the masculine side, which is aggressive behavior, which is giving, which is I got to do this, I've got to do this, and just that's where that calmness comes in play, and saying, you know what? Whew, I'm done. Take a deep breath and just say, you know what? I'm done, and I'm going to start receiving for a bit. I'm going to take a break, and I'm just going to allow things to come to me. So that's your message for this week with these two cards. Now, also, you have the rune, which I love this one here. And, whenever we're working, I like working with the runes, and I think that one, if I'm not mistaken, let me see. I think that one is about, this one's like disruption, I think, what I'm feeling. Because they're saying that this is about breaking through old molds. Yeah, old molds. Sorry, guys. Old molds. That's hard to say. Old molds and patterns. So, it's about breaking through those old molds and patterns. And the more that you do that, and the more that you break free, the easier it is, how it's going to be for you. But this is going to be about change and freedom and liberation as well. So that's that message for this rune. Now, if you chose the middle card here, again, this is Malachite. And Malachite, this is your heart chakra. It relates to the heart chakra. And this is all about nature. I also feel healing energy with this. So, when you are working with Malachite, I love Malachite because it is such a gorgeous stone. If you put that right on your heart chakra, it almost like instantly heals you. And it heals your heart. But this card here and this stone, it's talking about getting outside, get more into nature. And part of that may be feeling or you may be feeling like you've got too much excessive energy. And the more that you can spend out time outside, it's going to help you to be able to release all of that excessive energy that, maybe you've gotten around or have collected from lights or computers or whatever that may be. So get yourself outside, ground your energy, put your bare feet in the grass, put your back against the tree, but the more that you can ground your energy in nature, the easier that's going to help you, okay? This may also be going to take some type of trip to a park or a favorite destination which has some nature element to it, all right? Now, your card here, now you have the King of Spring. Now, this is all about innovative, inspiring, wise, theatrical. Those are the elements with this. Now, this says that this is like a financial windfall. So your leadership skills are needed now, an unexpected supporter of your cause. Now, the king, in some cases, can actually be us, but, it can also be other people as well. So the king is associated with fire energy. Now, this is all about leadership as well, okay? So you've got this fire energy, this is wand energy, this is also, this could be a boss, an entrepreneur, this could be a business owner, but this is definitely someone with strict discipline. And the financial windfall, that very well could be a raise for some of you, but this is the thing that I'm drawn to is the leadership, okay? And I feel like this is the leadership skills as it relates to, balancing out that heart chakra energy, that excessive energy, that nurturing energy that you need, okay? So, again, the Malachite would definitely get some of that. If you don't have any, I think it's one of my go-to stones here. Now, this rune here, as you can see, kind of looks like a letter M. And, with that particular one here, this is about movement, okay? And this is not a rune that is going to be still. This is getting up and get going. And that's very much this leadership energy here, okay? Taking charge. So when you get this, this is about transition, movement. It can be physical health. It can be getting up and moving, new places, new home, a new life. It's all about getting things going, kind of lighting the fire underneath this. And I'm telling you, this, if you guys chose 2 here, I'm just letting you know, this energy right in here is just so strong. Totally strong with this. Now, when you get to number 3, this is about Moonstone. And we get moon cycles, and this is about the crown chakra. Now, as you can see, the Moonstone has all of this white color in it, but I'm going to tell you what. Like I showed you before, my Moonstone has a lot of yellow to it. And you may find it very clear, but you also may find it with this yellow tint. But this is associated with the crown chakra, and it is about intuition. Totally, very much an intuitive crystal, and that is going to be one where you really want to pay attention to, your mood this week as you go through this week. You may have kind of fluctuations with your mood. And if you do, if things kind of crop up for you and you're not wondering, well, why am I feeling this emotion? Emotions may pop up for you this week, okay? And especially with this full moon that we've got coming up, here you go. Especially with this moonstone, there's going to be a lot of stuff going on for you. So pay close attention to how you feel during this full moon. Do you feel energized or do you feel emotional and tired? And if you feel energized, why are you feeling energized? If you're feeling emotional and tired, why are you feeling that? Okay? So this is just kind of a reminder that it's just kind of time for you to tune in, kind of what your rhythms are and what cycles that you're kind of going through. So go inward. This is very much an intuitive crystal. So go inward and really listen to what your physical body's trying to tell you. Okay? And also what it is that you need to do to balance yourself out energetically. So you might need to focus more on, getting enough sleep, or, deep breathing exercises, or relaxing a little bit more. So, really pay close attention to how you're feeling. This is going to be more of a meditation stone for you too. So you might want to do some breath work and do a lot of meditation this week. Now, your card, well, Ten of Winter, that would be why you need to meditate, because the Ten of Winter is like, wow. It's this here is the Ten of Swords in regular tarot, and it says the resolution of difficulties. A weight has been lifted off your shoulders, the end of an addiction or codependency. So the Ten of Winter is really, if you look at that card in traditional tarot, it's like the man who's been stabbed in the back with 10 swords. There's blood everywhere. Oh my gosh. It's like it can't get any worse from here. But the card actually has a positive note to it at the tail end. Yeah, you've gone through a lot of hard stuff mentally and sometimes emotionally and physically, but more mentally. But the end is over. Okay, there's a new beginning right around the corner. So just hang in there, and tomorrow's going to be a better day for you. So that's what this card is saying, okay? That is Ethan in the background, and he's meowing. He's saying, yep, it is. Tomorrow's going to be another day. And, we get this one here, this card, and this is a kind of a breakthrough. Sorry about looks like my gold is being rubbed off here. But this represents breakthrough, which is a mental breakthrough, okay? So there's going to be some ideas that you're going to be coming up with that it's like, yeah, I've gone through this, and oh my gosh, I've had to deal with that. But this is about transformation for you guys, for those of you that chose number 3. And this is talking about, a major shift. This could be a process of self-change, or maybe even like a complete transformation in attitude. It's almost like a 180-degree turn, okay? So this transition, it could be very radical for some of you, okay? Almost like hitting a brick wall to the point where it's like, okay, I'm no longer able to live this type of life, or I'm no longer able to do this anymore, and it's causing you to take an about face. So you will know that the timing is going to be right for this, and you'll be presented when it is right. The Moonstone is going to help you tap into that intuition of when it will be right for you, but that is what you need to do. What I'm also hearing with this, for this second card, I'm sorry, the third card here, with the Ten of Winter is, as you go through this, I know some of you are having difficult times, but your guides and your angels are hearing you. So pray. Keep praying. They're hearing your prayers. And, things may not be turning out the way that you'd like for them to, but your blessing may come in a different way, is what I'm being told. It's almost like they're saying, we hear you, we want to help you in this aspect of what you're going through, but how you're wanting it to play out is not actually the best way. Let us take control of this. So how about you let go of the reins once you've, let go of the reins and let us take over, okay, is what they're saying. So pray about it, release it, let them do their thing, okay, rather than saying, I want it done this way, this is how it needs to be done on this day and on this hour, okay? So I'm hearing that there is like a blessing in disguise with this here, okay? Okay, so I'm going to be working now with the Butterfly Oracle card deck here, and I'm just going to give these a shuffle just to see what messages want to come out. Okay, so this one here, card number 1. Okay, this one here wants to come out, so we'll put card number 2 there. Okay, card number 3. Okay, so card number 1 here, if you chose this one, I was talking about diet. This is saying a new exercise program. So, this actually, yes, this can be very much physically an exercise program here, diet and exercise. The Sun card, which what I'm seeing here, this is talking about, the more that you can meditate, the more that you can calm your stress and everything. Exercise programs going to be a lot more easier for you. Now, the thing is that if this is not actually a physical exercise program, this can, in some cases, actually represent doing something different, exercising a new program. So this may have you, rethinking plans. This may have you taking a look at how things have been working and maybe doing a little bit more of an evaluation. But this is definitely a lot of change with this card here, okay? So again, if this does represent those of you that are looking at, starting a new diet, a new routine, yeah, now's the time for you to do it. Maybe you've been too sedentary and it's time for you to actually, move forward and get your body moving. And you may be being guided to do that with a new fitness program. So, one of the things here is notice what comes to your mind about with this card. What does it mean for you? So this could be a lot of, whether it be, starting to do more research on a particular program, or actually, maybe you've done yoga for so long that you've been thinking about, I think I want to actually start doing some weight training. Or, I have been just focusing on eating and I've been dieting and maybe I've been doing, a particular program. And yeah, I've had success, but okay, now maybe exercise is what I need to do. So this is getting your body moving and incorporating that. Now, if you've chosen card number 2 here, this is saying, you know what? You're stronger than what you realize and what you know. So give yourself some credit here. And yes, you're going to have a lot of leadership here. And that's part of, this is saying, you know what? You're a lot stronger than what you realize here. So get up, get moving, take charge, be disciplined, and get yourself in a mindset that you can do this. Because there's a part of you that feels like you're being challenged in some way, that no, I may not be able to do this, or I may not be able to get through what I need to. So this is focusing on your inner strength. And your inner strength is what's going to move you through with this. So that leadership, that discipline, that's going to help you being able to tap into that and move you forward with this week. So And again, for some of you here, this may actually be exercise too. So, I'm being seen that too. I don't know. This may be diet and exercise week for you all. Who knows? Wow. Okay, so we have windfall. It's interesting because we had windfall here as well. This was a financial windfall, and now over here with the Moonstone, with all of this, that everything that we've gone through, the difficulties, this is now saying windfall with this. So it's almost like I said, a 180. And this windfall may come out of the blue. You may not expect it to occur, but this could be a financial windfall for some of you. But I also feel like this is going to be, the ability to make a lot of healthy changes, and also learning to receive in some aspect with this too. Okay, so this is going to allow you to being able to see things that you might not have been able to see and experience. And what I mean by that is new people, new ways of thinking, because this is very much a mental card for you with that 10 of winter. So I think that there's going to be a lot of new plans that are going to be revised, and that's where this windfall comes into play. And things are going to move quite quickly for you guys, okay? So you're going to have a lot of support that's going to be involved with this. But this prayer and this meditation, they're showing me prayer with you guys that shows number 3. So really focus on prayer and just know that, if things aren't turning out the way that you wanted them to, it's because there's something better along the way. Okay, and that's what that windfall is coming in. Now, I did draw a chakra insight card, and okay, so we got the heart chakra here, and this deals with compassion. Love this card. Love this deck. It's about caring, empathy, acceptance, gentleness. Now this represents all of us here, okay? So when we go through this week, this is about whatever card that you chose. This is being more caring and empathetic, accepting things, and being more compassionate, not only with yourself, but this is also, again, this may very well be with other people. And, compassion, we're really hard on ourselves, and that's difficult for us to do, especially with our own selves. But this is saying about releasing and just kind of like letting things occur and rising above any issues that you have this week. Just kind of go about it and go with the flow. I'm hearing really going with the flow and just trusting that whatever is moving forward for you this week is where you're supposed to be. All right? So, you may be running into specific people or specific circumstances this week. Don't judge a book by its cover. That's also a thing that I'm hearing here, because what you may think, or you may judge somebody about certain things, about what's going on with them, you don't know what they're going through until you've been in their shoes. So just take a moment and just realize that, this person may have inadvertently just snapped at you. And your ego self is going to say, well, how dare you? You shouldn't have done this. But your higher self is saying, you know what? Maybe they didn't mean to do that. Maybe they had a bad day. Maybe somebody cut them off in traffic. God forbid, maybe they just, went through a traumatic relationship stuff, and they're taking it out on you, So you don't know what's going on with other people. So have a little bit more compassion with other people this week. Also yourself. Now from the chakra reading card, wow guys, this is totally a heart chakra week, because we got another green, which is about forgiveness, totally about what I was just saying here too. So, and I will tell you that this is going to be 9 times out of 10 our own selves. Get your ego out of the way and just forgive yourself. That's kind of the energy with this, is that, when this pops up, This is just saying that, we just let go of any old grudges that you may be holding on to, or stuff that may be festering that, whether it be from a relationship or situations that are occurring right now. This is just saying let it go. And especially, as we get closer to the end of this year with December and looking back on, well, I said for my New Year resolution that I was going to do this and this and this and this, and I didn't do it. And instead of losing weight, I actually gained weight. Okay, have compassion, forgive yourself. Next year is another year type of energy, okay? So forgive yourself, forgive other people, and any type of resentment or anger or depression, you don't want to hold on to that because that's lower vibrational energy. And whenever we hold on to that energy, guess what? We attract people that are angry, that are depressed, that are frustrated. And we keep wondering, well, why do I keep attracting these angry, frustrated, depressed people? It's because we're still festering that. So there's a lot of law of attraction with this too. So one of the things is that just, you know, allowing yourself to just let go and forgive and just know that tomorrow is going to be a much better day.